What's up, everybody? This is Head Coach Ross of the ATACX Gym, Street Warrior, Capoeira, the Street Warrior coming at you. It's the Long Beach Killer Cali. I'm putting this up because a lot of guys have been asking me, actually I made my prognostications online, and I've been pretty accurate insofar as sports and self-defense and even a lot of political predictions I've been making. So everybody was telling me, hey, even though the fight's coming on tonight, let me know. They wanted to know what I was thinking about the UFC and various kickboxing and sport and various other issues, what have you. I'm going to hit you with the UFC thoughts, my MMA thoughts right quick. And that's this. Thank you, sweetie. UFC 209. T. Wood. I believe he's going to win this one. I believe he won the last one. I believe he was robbed out of his victory. A well-deserved victory on his last battle. Yeah, you guys can see that KFC in the corner right there. I have to slide over here and grab a couple things for order that was made earlier at the house. So check it out. Yeah, we have T. Wood, and I believe it's going to be a good fight. I think that Stephen Wonderboy Thomas will be even better prepared than before, and as a result, the fight will be a little bit more tactical than previously. I expect more hand strikes, more combinations from Wonderboy, and more footwork, more angular footwork, pivoting, more blitzing in and out from angles and what have you. I do expect also a little bit more knees. And believe it or not, a little more handwork, like traps and pushes or what have you, from Stephen Wonderboy, if his teachers are smart. But T. Wood won the last one. He's going to be even better this time around. He is correct to be incensed, to feel that, you know what, the UFC would prefer that Stephen Wonderboy Thomas was their champion because he would be more marketable. To the general UFC populace, who are generally tend to be more white people than people of color, and he's right. He's right. So he has a harder uphill climb. He'll have to work harder to get less initially. That's just how it is. And everyone who thinks it's otherwise simply deceiving themselves. They really don't know what they're talking about. All right, now Khabib against Tony Ferguson. This is going to be a really good fight. And I expect fireworks in that fight. I expect it to have some tactical aggression, and I expect fireworks. I expect the fight to turn around the latter part of the third round, middle of the fourth round. I'm going to call Tony Ferguson to win by decision. And this is a close fight. This is anybody's fight, because Khabib could knock anybody out with one shot, and he has that horrific pressuring wrestling, of course. His grappling is somber. And I actually give Khabib the edge in grappling over Tony Ferguson, but Ferguson not only is a slick submission expert himself, he also has the skills and the range and the physicality to defend himself from the smothering pressure of Khabib. And I think that's what will turn the corner here, turn the tide in his favor, because I believe that Tony is the sharper, more complete striker. I believe he's more accurate. I think they should definitely work on their footwork, their head movement, their shot selection, and their combinations more. I really believe they should do so and have a wider variety of kicks. And I think that as MMA evolves, they'll catch up to where people like I am. When I say people like me, I mean the way we train is for self-defense, and the variety of kicks and our breadth and scope of experience is quite significant. It's oftentimes significantly more and in-depth and longer than the coaches of these athletes. So we see things that these guys don't see yet. All right, so yeah, that's what I'm thinking about that. Now, I just recently saw that Jermaine Durandamy, the inaugural UFC 145-pound women's featherweight champ, is going to fight the giant Megan Anderson, who was the current Invictus women's featherweight champion in the absence of the real 145-pound champ. We all know the Cyborg Santos, okay? Now, that's going to be a good fight. They both tend to have the same kind of strength, and on top of that, Megan is 6 feet tall, so she'll be one of the few fighters who's actually taller than Jermaine Durandamy. But I think that Jermaine is going to win. I believe Jermaine is the better all-around, superior striker in every regard. I think she hits harder, and I think she hits better. I think she has better defense. She clearly has superior experience, and she's undefeated in kickboxing. So I think that she'll take this fight when they have. I personally think that she should have rematched Holly. That's what I think. I definitely think that their previous fight deserved a run through. Even though I think that Jermaine won, even with the clear acknowledgments of the after the bell punches. I think that Jermaine won that fight. I think she did. And I do believe that she should have been docked a point. But I think that Jermaine still won the fight. By 1 point or so, 2 points by the end of the match, because I believe that the first time she was docked a point, it would stop her from hitting after the bell or what have you thereafter. So it wouldn't affect her. It wouldn't affect her. Hey, how you doing, beautiful ladies? All right now, this is Long Beach. You know how we do. Beautiful sisters walking down the street here. We're on. Just to let you know, you guys keep asking me about this. We're on. See if I can turn the cam so you can see where we're at. We're on Walnut and 7 here. Walnut and 7, downtown Strong Beach. So anyway, back to the fight. So I hope you can see that right there. See that right there? There you go in the background right there. There you go. It's the street. All right. And I believe that Jermaine will win that fight. And I believe she will beat Macon. I believe, like everybody else with an ounce of sense, that the real 145-pound champ is still the undefeated, undisputed, champion herself, Cyborg Santos. And I believe, I have to say it again, I believe that these weight classes are not properly done. I believe that you should be at your weight class limit on fight night. So with that in mind, I believe that T Wood and Wonder Boy are actually middleweights, and they should be fighting in the middleweight category. I believe that the real lightweight champion of the world in the UFC is still Frankie the Answer Edgar, because he actually is 155 pounds, and that includes even with Jose, who's bigger than Frankie. Jose is a welterweight, and he's about 170 pounds. So is Conor. They should be fighting as welterweights. Tony and Khabib are middleweights. They should be fighting in the middleweight division. They're too big to be fighting for the lightweight or even welterweight titles. Okay? So that's my take on it. When it comes to sports, you should adhere to the weight classes on fight night. You shouldn't be worried about weight cutting, etc., so on and so forth, because that has been proven over and over and over again to have a deleterious effect, a negative impact upon the athletes involved. It increases the injuries. It's self-inflicted upon the athletes that are cutting weight. It reduces their ability to perform, and it shortens their career. So everybody gets robbed. The fans don't get to see their favorite fighters doing at their very best because their favorite fighters aren't at their proper weight class. They don't see their favorite fighters fight as long as they should, because constantly cutting weight and then fighting cuts down the amount of time you have to fight. It shortens your fighting career, period. All right? So I hope that MMA takes a page from boxing and begins to enforce more and more weight classes that are germane to first have more weight classes. They should have more divisions, more championships, and then enforce the weight of the fighters be much closer to their weight class limit on fight night. Okay? This is your boy Head Coach Ross, the Street Warrior, in Gia Uhuru Kipura. All right? Kipura being the real and correct name from Africa, from the country of Congo, for the art that's miscalled by the Brazilians capoeira. That's my calls, that's my choices for tonight, and I'll get back to you guys later. All right, you have a great day. Peace.